मंगल। जय विवेकानंद परम दयाल। जय विवेकानंद परम दयाल। प्रभुर मानस सुत जय श्री रखाल। प्रभुर मानस सुत जय श्री रखाल। जय जय राम कृष्ण भुवन मंगल। जय प्रेमानंद प्रेममय कलेवर। जय प्रेमानंद प्रेममय कलेवर। जय शिवानंद जय लीला सहचर। जय शिवानंद जय लीला सहचर। योगी योगानंद जय नित्य निरंजन। योगी योगानंद जय नित्य निरंजन। जय शशि गुरुपदे गत तनुमान। जय शशि गुरुपदे गत तनुमान। जय जय राम कृष्ण भुवन मंगल। सेवा पर योगी वर अद्भुत आनंद। सेवा पर योगी वर अद्भुत आनंद। अभेद आनंद जय गत मोह बंध। अभेद आनंद जय गत मोह बंध। योगरत त्याग व्रत तुरीय आख्यात। योगरत त्याग व्रत तुरीय आख्यात। शरत सुधीर शांत जैन गणनाथ। शरत सुधीर शांत जैन गणनाथ। जय जय राम कृष्ण भुवन मंगल। जीवे शिव सेवा व्रत गंगाधर धीर। जीवे शिव सेवा व्रत गंगाधर धीर। जय श्री विज्ञानानंद प्रशांत गंभीर। जय श्री विज्ञानानंद प्रशांत गंभीर। प्रवीण गोपाल मातृ सेवा परायण। प्रवीण गोपाल मातृ सेवा परायण। शारदा शारदा पदे गत प्राणमान। शारदा शारदा पदे गत प्राणमान। जय जय राम कृष्ण भुवन मंगल। जय जय राम कृष्ण भुवन मंगल। बालक चरित्र जय सुबोध सरल बालक चरित्र जय सुबोध सरल नागवर त्यागवीर विवेक संबल नागवर त्यागवीर विवेक संबल कथामृत वरीषण गौर जलधर कथामृत वरीषण गौर जलधर गिरीश भैरव जय विश्वास आकर गिरीश भैरव जय विश्वास आकर जय जय राम कृष्ण भुवन मंगल जय जय राम कृष्ण भुवन मंगल राम कृष्ण दास दास जय सवाकार राम कृष्ण दास दास जय सवाकार राम कृष्ण लीला स्थान जय वार वार राम कृष्ण लीला स्थान जय वार वार राम कृष्ण नाम जय श्रवण मंगल राम कृष्ण नाम जय श्रवण मंगल भक्त वांछित जय चरण कमल भक्त वांछित जय चरण कमल जय जय राम कृष्ण भुवन मंगल जय जय राम कृष्ण भुवन मंगल जय माता श्यामा सुता अति निरमल जय माता श्यामा सुता अति निरमल जय जय राम कृष्ण भुवन मंगल जय जय राम कृष्ण भुवन मंगल पेज 209 गाहो रे जय जय राम कृष्ण नाम 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 आज ये शुभ दिने मिलिए भक्त जने आज ये शुभ दिन मिलिए भक्त जने गाहो गाहो राम कृष्ण नाम गाहो गाहो राम कृष्ण नाम गाहो रे जय जय राम कृष्ण नाम गाहो रे जय जय राम कृष्ण नाम राम कृष्ण नामे राम कृष्ण प्रेमे राम कृष्ण नामे राम कृष्ण प्रेमे मातिया उठुक धरा धाम मातिया उठोक धरा धाम। गाहो रे जय जय राम कृष्ण नाम। गाहो रे जय जय राम कृष्ण नाम। हरि ते भूभार प्रेम अवतार। हरि ते भूभार प्रेम अवतार। प्रभु राम कृष्ण गुणधाम। प्रभु राम कृष्ण गुणधाम। गाहो रे जय जय राम कृष्ण नाम। गाहो रे जय जय राम कृष्ण नाम। जय राम से कृष्ण विश्व गुरु राम कृष्ण। जय राम से कृष्ण विश्व गुरु राम कृष्ण। एकाधारे श्यामा शिव श्याम। एकाधारे श्यामा शिव श्याम। गाहो रे जय जय राम कृष्ण नाम। 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 आज ये शुभ दिन मिलिए भक्त जने। आज ये शुभ दिन मिलिए भक्त जने। गाहो गाहो राम कृष्ण नाम। गाहो गाहो राम कृष्ण नाम। गाहो रे जय जय राम कृष्ण नाम। गाहो रे जय जय राम कृष्ण नाम। राम कृष्ण नामे राम कृष्ण प्रेमे। राम कृष्ण नामे राम कृष्ण प्रेमे। मातिया उठोक धरा धाम। मातिया उठोक धरा धाम। गाहो रे जय जय राम कृष्ण नाम। गाहो रे जय जय राम कृष्ण नाम। हरि ते भूभार प्रेम अवतार। हरि ते भूभार प्रेम अवतार। प्रभु राम कृष्ण गुणधाम। प्रभु राम कृष्ण गुणधाम। गाहो रे जय जय राम कृष्ण नाम। गाहो रे जय जय राम कृष्ण नाम। जय राम से कृष्ण विश्व गुरु राम कृष्ण। जय राम से कृष्ण विश्व गुरु राम कृष्ण। एकाधारे श्यामा शिव श्याम। एकाधारे श्यामा शिव श्याम। गाहो रे जय जय राम कृष्ण नाम। 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 जय भगवान श्री राम कृष्ण देव के
जय।
जय श्री शारदा माई के
जय।
जय स्वामी विवेकानंद महाराज जी के
जय।
जय स्वामी तुरानंद महाराज जी के
जय।
ॐ स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। Today we are celebrating Swami Turiyananji's birthday. He was one of the direct disciples of Sri Ramakrishna, as we know. We have repeatedly heard that God incarnates on this earth. He takes human birth. Whenever there is a dharmaglani. Dharmaglani means when people forget their real nature and they become materialistic. Their life becomes self-centered or world-centered instead of God-centered. So to bring them on right track, God incarnates himself. And spiritual history proves that. This time, God incarnated as Sri Ramakrishna, and Sri Ramakrishna performed, as we know, those who are acquainted with the life of Sri Ramakrishna, they know that how Sri Ramakrishna performed different sadhanas to realize that same truth. And he came to conclusion that Brahman alone is real. God alone is real. That's Satchidananda Brahma. And he proclaimed that human life is meant for God realization, not for worldly enjoyments. And at the same time, this message was to be given to the whole world. And for that purpose, bright students were needed, intelligent, spiritually oriented, all renouncing monks. And he selected such 16 youth, direct disciples, and started organizing them so that they can spread the message of God all over the world and help the suffering humanity. And Turiyananji was one of them, one of those bright students or monks. His name was Harinath, pre-monastic name, and he was adept in Vedanta. We will see his life full of Vedanta. Right from boyhood days, he used to practice Soham, Soham. I am he, I am he. I am not the body. This idea constantly he used to imbibe or stress upon on his mind. So there was one incident during his boyhood when he was bathing in the river Ganga. At that time, some people they saw near the ghat, near where he was bathing, very short distance, one crocodile was floating. And they shouted, "Crocodile, crocodile, come out." So as in human's instinctive nature, he started rushing towards the steps, towards the bank. But in the meanwhile, he realized, what I am doing? Am I giving so much importance to this body to save this body? I am not the body, I am Atman. I repeat Soham, Soham. What is the use of that? As soon as he was reminded of that Soham word, he just stood still there. But fortunately, crocodile went away its own way. But the spirit we can understand. And the same spirit we find he continued in his life, throughout life, till the end. And then he came in contact with Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna's speciality was, whoever came in contact with him, he felt Sri Ramakrishna was his own, or some kind of special person. And those who were spiritually inclined people, for them, he was their own soul, as it were. As if they saw in him their mother, father, everybody, loving guru and everything. And Sri Ramakrishna also was very happy in this, in midst of his disciples. And he solved their many doubts, questions, gave advices, inspired them. To be in the company of Sri Ramakrishna, it was great learning, joy and happiness. And Harinath, later Turiyananji, he had many doubts. For example, he asked the important question, how to get rid of the lust. Then Sri Ramakrishna used to answer in a very simple way. His advices you will find in very simple words. There were no bombastic teachings or anything. So people used to feel inspired to practice. So when Harinath asked how to get rid of lust, then Sri Ramakrishna said, what is lust ultimately? It is want, worldly want of the mind. So mind wants something. Same want can be diverted towards God. Now for example, if we go away from the east, what we have to do? We have to start walking towards west. So automatically east will remain behind. So such simple advices he used to give and very logical. Then he gave one more important advice to Turiyananji, Harinath, that never you should disrespect women. They are the embodiment, they are the manifestations of Divine Mother. Bow down to them. And he found, Harinath used to read many Upanishads. He was fascinated by Shankaracharya's commentaries, Viveka Chudamani, etc., to imbibe the idea of Vedanta. But Sri Ramakrishna said to him, what is the ultimate message of Vedanta? Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. That Brahman alone is true and this world, this Jagat is Mithya. Now this Jagat is Mithya, this we have to understand very carefully. That means what we are seeing, that is not Mithya, that experience is okay, but Namarupatmakam Jagat. We give the name and form. There are forms, names and forms are there, and we get caught into it. And that is how suffering starts. But essentially everything is Brahman and Brahman alone. So Brahma Satyam and Jagat Mithya as we perceive the Jagat. So this is the teaching of Vedanta. Once you have understood this, then start practicing. There is no more, don't waste your time in reading. In fact, Upanishad also declares that Nayam Atma pravachanena labhya na medhaya bahuna shrutena. We go on years together, we go on reading, listening and talking, but practicing is very little. So Sri Ramakrishna stress upon practicing what we have learnt. And that is what he told Turiyananji. Now you have understood the essence of Vedanta. Now you go on practicing, don't waste time in reading and simply discussing about it. And then he gives one example. And we all know very well that a letter was lost and that person who received the letter, he was searching for that letter. Then somehow after so much search, after so much efforts, he found out the letter and then he read the contents, what was written. Some 2-3 items, names were there and those items were to be brought. Once he knew what has to be done, he kept the letter aside. He was so much searching for that letter. Now he kept the aside letter and then now he went to procure those things to be sent. That means here Sri Ramakrishna did not disregard the study of scriptures. But once we understand the theme or the message of scriptures, then our duty is to practice simultaneously. And then at the same time, spirituality does not mean we neglect our works or somehow to finish the work, that there should be meticulousness in the work. Sri Ramakrishna taught that also. It's not that the person who is spiritually inclined or sadhaka, he can live in any manner or haphazard way. So one small incident it proves that how Sri Ramakrishna was particular and he transferred the same particularness to his disciples also. So there was a knife somebody has left and Sri Ramakrishna asked Harinath to keep that knife in proper place. So Harinath kept somewhere. Sri Ramakrishna said, no, not there, at particular place. He showed the place so that in the darkness also I should be able to find that thing. Now we can compare our lives, how we haphazard manner we stay. There was no organized way of living. So this small incident, but it teaches us many things. So during the last days of Sri Ramakrishna life, he suffered from cancer, we know. And then he was complaining that so much painful it is, and it is very difficult to swallow the food, so much pain it gives. But Turiyananji or Harinath, see, he said immediately, the knower of Brahman cannot suffer. His body may suffer, but he won't feel the suffering. So you are not suffering, you are always joyful. Then Sri Ramakrishna liked that statement and he said, laughingly, oh, this fellow has caught me. That means he understood. So Brahman, because knower of Brahman, he separates himself from the body. And that's why he doesn't feel that suffering. Then after Sri Ramakrishna's passing away, all the disciples, they started staying in Baranagar Mutt, leading austere life, and they were only possessed of spiritual life alone. How to realize God, what they have learned from Sri Ramakrishna to put into practice. They did not bother for their food or their all the minimum even necessities. If they get, all right. If they don't get, also all right. So many, they started going for different pilgrimages, Tirtha Yatra, so that they can practice spiritual disciplines. And Turiyananji, he completely dedicated himself for spiritual practices. There was, in the life of sadhaka, always there will be some kind of despondency, like he will not have proper meditation, mind will be restless, and this, because this characteristic of mind, so sometimes they also suffer. So on one such evening, when Turiyananji was not able to concentrate his mind in meditation, he was pacing up and down, and that time there was a moonlit night, but moon was covered by clouds. But after some time, clouds scattered and moonlight became clear. And that gave a hope to Turiyananji. He understood, he got the signal that similar way, in the similar manner, Atman also is covered because of ignorance, clouds of ignorance. And when this ignorance goes away, Atman shines itself. So Atman is all the time present there. And Swamiji himself has commented about Turiyananji to his Western disciples that Turiyananji, he is a living Vedanta. So far, he says, Swamiji says to his students, so far I have lectured you on Vedanta, but you will find in Turiyananji the practical life. And that was very true. One day, there was, while going for pilgrimages, Parivrajaka days, they used to go on foot most of the times, and they used to stay at one place. So Turiyananji also stayed at one place for many months. And they used to ask for bhiksha. After roaming many houses, one day he did not get bhiksha. At that time, he was tired also. And then Turiyananji felt, what a vagabond life I am leading. And this body is nothing but vagabond. And he felt asleep. At that time, he had one very good experience. He found himself very big. His body has become bigger and bigger and bigger, expanding, endless expanding, till it expanded, till whole universe it occupied. And then he felt so relaxed in his mind. And he said, I am not vagabond. This body is not a vagabond. It is one with Atman. That experience he got, and he felt very relieved and happy. And then he used to say to his students that wandering without spiritual practice is no good. Many people, many monks, they travel, they wander, but without spiritual practice. During Parivrajaka days, Turiyananji became ill, sick, and that sickness continued for many days. So he was thinking to take some treatment from doctor, but doctor was not available. At that time, he suddenly remembered one statement of our scriptures, Aushadam Jannavi Toyam Vaidyo Narayano Harihi. Gangajal is itself is medicine, and Narayana himself Vaidya, doctor. So what more need is there for earthly doctor? So he sipped some Gangajal, Ganga water, and became all right within few days. That is how he practiced every time. And fearlessness. So those who practice spiritual disciplines or Vedantic disciplines, that fearlessness comes automatically. So once he was staying in a hut, Turyananji, and in the night, suddenly some people shouted, "Tiger, tiger," like that. So immediately he also closed his door and he put some bricks near the door so that tiger will not enter. But again he was reminded of that Soham. He was reminded of some shloka from Taittiriya Upanishad. He says, Bhishasmad vatah pavate bhishodeti suryaha Bhishasmad agnischandrascha mrityur dhavati panchama iti. That means at the command of Brahman, at the command of Atman, this air moves, wind blows, sun rises, even Agni, Mrityu, Indra, etc., they work at his command. And I am that Atman. So when he was reminded of this Vedantic statement, then he came out of that hut and openly, in open courtyard, he sat for meditation. Fortunately, tiger did not come, but we can see his spirit of that Vedanta. Then that message was to be spread in the West also. So Swamiji requested or asked Turyananji to accompany him to America. And Swamiji, Swami Vivekananda, Turyananji and Sister Nivedita, all they started for America. On the way, when Turyananji asked Sister Nivedita about Western customs, how to behave there, then Sister Nivedita, she gave one small example, and with illustration she told, while giving knife, she held the blade side in her hand, and with handle she offered it to Turyananji. And she said, this is how you should be. All discomfort we should take, and comfortable side should be given to others. That should be the attitude. Then there in America, near San Francisco, Shanti Ashrama was started by Turyananji, and he stayed there with many students, every day attending classes, etc. And teachings were purely based on Vedanta, that Brahman alone is real and everything else is unreal. And he used to say, tear away that bondage mercilessly and become free and become joyful. And then he used to say, Vedanta is not comfortable religion. Many of us, many times, we get fascinated by Vedantic teachings. I am Brahman, I am Atman. But practicing is so difficult. Somebody hurts our ego and immediately we get flared up. So Vedanta is not comfortable religion, he says, because for that great earnestness is required. As long as we are happy with the glass pieces, we will not go for getting that diamond or jewel. And Vedanta is jewel among religion, because that is the final. Then some students, they used to get surprised how these spiritual ideas come to his mind all the time. All the time he used to talk with some examples and some spiritual teachings. Then Turyananji used to say that nothing is mine. Rather, Mother, Divine Mother provides me with all ideas. So we will find the exact replica of Sri Ramakrishna in the direct disciples even. And then one important teaching Turyananji told to all his disciples, all the students, this: don't get fascinated by these worldly amusements. There will be so many attractions in the world, but the more we get involved into those attractions, we get attracted towards those temptations, we go away from God. And then God, though He is near all the time, because of ignorance, we can't find Him. There was once in the Shanti Ashrama funds problem, and then Turyananji was worried he thought, now how the thing will go on. But one of the students came forward and she emptied her purse in his lap and says, Swami, why you are worrying? Have faith in Mother, Divine Mother. Then Turiyanji was very happy and he thought to himself, yes, Mother herself will take care. I need not worry about it. And then he believed in freedom, giving freedom to students. Many students, they said, let us organize some rules. Let us have rules so that we will be disciplined. Then Turiyanji said, why do we need rules? Everybody is getting up early morning. Everybody is there doing their duty. So what is the necessity of rules? We should be free. We are all responsible people. We don't need to have any kind of rules. So without even rules, we are well organized. So this is the best organization because this is governed by spiritual laws. That is very important. Because whenever we make rules, there will be tendency to overrule, to break the rules. So freedom only can give the proper discipline, proper guidance to spiritual life or sadhaka. And the Turiyananji, since he was practicing all the time Vedanta, so whenever, particularly in difficult times or whenever problem came, whenever there was suffering, that practice became more and more vivid or visible. So once he was meditating, at that time one poisonous beetle bit his hand. But his meditation was not disturbed. He felt some sensation, so he just flicked away that beetle, just drove away and continued his meditation. But afterwards his hand was swollen, it became very painful. And then doctor came, treated him. But he was surprised, doctor was surprised at the power of his endurement or his tolerance. And then doctor became his disciple afterwards. Then Turiyanji used to say to his students that seeing there will be always differences. When two people come together, there will be differences. Ego clash will be there. There will be clash of ideas, difference of opinions. So there were many students, they were staying. So naturally there will be some difference. Then Turiyanji said, see, remember one thing, we are all different forms of Atman. So instead of finding out faults with others, find faults of yourself. You should be strict with your own faults, but lenient or forgiving towards other faults. But what we do is exactly reverse. We are very much lenient towards our own mistakes or faults, shortcomings. But with a magnifying glass, we see other faults. Others, even smallest shortcoming, we see with magnifying glass. And that is how the clashes happen. And then he said, sincerity is the backbone of spiritual life. Without sincerity, we cannot achieve anything. Our mind and mouth, our words and feeling should be the same. Many times, we have different feeling in our mind and what we express is different. So that is called mithyachara. Karmendriyani sayama ya astes manasasmaran indriyarthan vimudhatma mithyacharasya uchyate. Gita says. That means thinking of the sense objects, but controlling outside, showing control outside. That is not good for spiritual life. Satyameva jayate nantam, he quotes. And then Turiyanji hated procrastination. That means keeping the things pending or postponing. That is tamasic attitude. Tomorrow I'll do it, day after tomorrow I'll do it, today let it be, I am tired, I am exhausted, particularly in spiritual life. Particularly while doing meditation or sing, oh today I did not get time. Such people, they come and ask, today I am tired, I don't get time, I did not get time. But for many activities we perform that day, though we are tired, At that time, we don't feel the tiredness. We perform our eating, we perform our whatever other activities. That time we don't feel tired. Only when it comes to spiritual practice, we feel tired. So this uh, point was stressed by Turiyananji. And he says, be strong and stress your divinity. You are not the weak body or something like that. Nayam atma balahine labhya. So this Atman cannot be realized, the weak people. And we find in the life of Turiyanji, as we discussed so far, that how he practiced Vedanta all the time, every time almost. Some few gentlemen came and they were discussing about Brahman with Turiyananji. And Turiyanji quoted, Mano buddhi chittani na hankara naham, nacha shrotra jivve nacha ghrana netre, nacha vyoma bhurne nate jona vayu, chidananda rupa shivoham shivoham. I am not the body, I am not mind, I am not this indriyas. So I am that Satchidananda Swarupa Atman, Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. Then this gentleman challenged, so you say that you are not the body and you are Atman. Can you put your hand in that fire? Some fire was lit. Turiyanji immediately jumped up. Yes, I am ready to put. Yeah. Then he was about to put his hand in the fire. But these people, they obstructed him and they agreed that really what he says he practices. And then again one more incident about tiger. When he was going in forest, Turiyananji, and on a high hillock he saw the tiger. And then on the rock. But that time, feeling of renunciation came in the mind of Turiyananji, and he just stood still there. And tiger also, without attacking, he quietly moved from there. Turiyananji underwent many surgeries in his life, but never chloroform was used or any kind of anesthesia was used. Once his finger was operated and he was looking just like witnessing that finger. It was critical operation. Normal pin prick also pains us so much. But here surgery was going on. And then one of his attendants asked, Maharaj, don't you feel pain? Then Turiyanji replied, I held my mind at the time. Mind is like a child. We have to hold him like a holding child. Child wants to move, roam around, jump around here and there. So we have to hold our mind like that. Child says, I want to go there, but our hold should be very pakka, very proper. So I held mine at that time, so I did not feel any pain. Even he was operated on his back, one big carbuncle was formed, and so much painful it was. Even touch also was so painful. Such operation was performed. But Turiyanji bore everything only because of this attitude that I am not the body, but I am that Atman. Because knower of Brahman, we know that he can separate himself from the body. Anytime, even in life of Holy Mother or Swamiji, we have seen this repeatedly, Sri Ramakrishna, that very quickly they used to separate themselves. They had a command over their mind so that they can separate from that body. Turiyanji had many visions of Sri Ramakrishna in Jagannath Puri and Swamiji also. So once Turiyanji was very much ill because of some disease, malaria, and almost he was on the verge of death. He felt now life has gone and he was ready for departure. But at that time, Swamiji appeared in front of him and said, your time has not yet come. Still you have to do some work. Even during last moment, Turiyanji was very much aware of his last moment, when this death will come. So one day before, previous night, itself Turyaniji told his attendants that tomorrow is my last day on his earth. So much precise he was. And next day he left his body and attained Mahasamadhi. So before closing, let us see gist of his teachings, which is useful to all of us. He said, knowledge comes through practice. This word practice is very important. All the great people, they have stressed upon this practicing spiritual life. So knowledge comes through practice. Bondage and freedom both are in the mind. Bondage or freedom are not in actual. We feel bound or free. So bondage or freedom are in the mind. Live in the world remembering the Lord constantly. That is the only way to get rid of all the bondages. In the world there are always happiness and misery, dangers and difficulties. But we should see that we do not forget God. So our life should be God oriented. Sri Ramakrishna gives an example. If the boy is playing with holding the post, then there is no chance of falling him down. So holding the post means holding to God. So when we repeat God's name and remember God and think always that whatever happens is by the will of God, then happiness and misery or bondage and freedom will not bind him anymore. We will be free while living. Om Niranjanam Nityam Anantarupam Bhaktanukampa Dhrita Vigraham Vai Ishavataram Parameshamidhyam Tam Ramakrishnam Shirasa Namamaha.